And so step number 1, new blank format. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to put up here, new slide. I'm going to drag you out of here. I don't need you 3, so not that's necessary, but I'm just going to delete you 3. And all I've got now is just my instructions and the file itself. Sorry, the slide itself. The slide layout is going to be blank. We'll do Home tab. And then we're going to go to the slide group, layout, and blank. Alrighty. Next step, of course, is going to be to insert the actual animation itself. Sorry, not the animation. Okay. So we're going to go insert. Then we're going to go to illustrations group, and we're going to select Smart Art. Insert tab, illustrations group, Smart Art, and left click on Smart Art. So anybody who's listening to this right now has probably heard it 500 times a day. So I'm going to select the cycle. 3rd row down, 2nd on the left. If you want to try different variations, 1st row is terrific. First 2 in the 2nd row look good. The rest I'm not too sure about. I've selected the radial cycle and OK. Beautiful. Now the next step for me is writing in the text, applying the colors, and applying the styles. Doesn't matter in which order it is, but they've got to be done. So the text is going to be, I'm being very uncreative. So let's do north, east, south, and west. And I remember as being never eat shredded wheat. N-E-S-W. Okay. And there we go. So now we've got the text. The next thing we want to do is apply the colors or change colors. I would advise the colorful. Doesn't matter whichever one you want to use. In the colorful grouping, I am going to select the colorful range, accent colors 4 to 5. Beautiful. And before we exit out of this step, the last thing we need to do is to apply a Smart Art style. I'm going to click on the More button. I'm going to go down to the 3D format and I'm going to grab Polished. Alrighty. So we've typed in the text, we've applied the color, we've applied the Smart Art, and we've applied the style. So now we're ready to tear it apart. So to do that, the first part of the 2 is click anywhere on the border or the edge. Then we're going to go to the Smart Art Design tab, move all the way over to the right-hand side with Reset Group. And then you want to convert to shapes. Now this only does part of the job. So then we have to select the object again, and then we have to ungroup it. So select the border, shape, format, arrange group, group, and ungroup. Okay. Select the object, shape, format, the arrange group, group, and ungroup. At that point you should have 9 individual objects, 5 ovals, and 4 connectors. Perfect. So now I'm going to attempt to do the animation. Okay. And so just to make sure I'm doing it right, I'm going to close off all the panes. We're going to go to animation pane. We are going to apply the, I think it is fade. So we're going to start off with the north. All right. And once we've selected the object, we're going to apply the animation to. Then we're going to go to the animation tab. And because it's the first animation, we can select it from the gallery and it's going to be fade. It's an entrance animation and it just doesn't do too much of anything. Perfect. What I should do now before I move on any further is in the advanced animation group, I'm going to select the animation pane. So far, one is already in there, and that was the fade. Okay. It has, and the timing or the start is on click, and we'll leave that alone. So we want to add a second animation to the oval. And to do that, we've got to be very precise how we approach it. So stay with the north. And what we're going to do is go to the advanced animation group, add animation, and grow shrink. Okay, so advanced animation, add animation. In the emphasis group, it's going to be grow shrink. Okay. And what we want this to happen at exactly the same time as the fade. Okay, so both these appear on the stage at the same time. So to do that, our start is going to be with previous. Okay, so it's like America's Got Talent. These two guys are going out on stage now. Okay, so we've got the grow shrink, but we have to edit it a little bit. So we're going to click on the arrow on the right hand side. We're going to go down to Effect Options, and we're going to stay in the Effect tab and select Size. There's only one thing we need to do in the size is we want to double click on the custom box. Let's double click, type in the value 125 and press the enter key. You press the enter key to confirm that it's in there. And the last thing you want to do is auto reverse. However it opens up, you want it to close up, like the petals in a flower. Every morning they open up, every evening they close down. So basically it's the same concept. And okay, let's have a quick look see. Okay. And yeah, that looks perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the connector between north and east. One left click on it. You look for the yellow dot on the top and the yellow dot on to the right. So this item, again, it's going to be an entrance animation, and it's only going to be one. It's going to be, I had to think about this, wipe. And because we want it to go in clockwise direction, we don't want it to go from east to north. We want it to go from north to east. So the only other thing we have to do here, actually two things, but the first thing is effect options from the top. Okay, so think north to east, east to south, south to west, and back up to north. Okay, so the last and only thing we have to do to the arm or the connector is our timing or start, and it's going to be start after previous. So you do the oval, you do the arm, you do the oval, you do the arm, you do the oval, and you do the arm. So it's going to be start and it's block after previous. If you ever find like me, you get a little confused which animation, which thing am I doing, I always look down on the animation pane. It tells me what it's doing usually, or if I'm not too sure, I can hover on it, or I can hover on the grow shrink, or I can hover on the fade. So I never have to fear what is it I'm doing. I just have to go look for the help. And how do I want it to start? After previous. So America's Got Talent. The North has gone in, done its stuff, it's left. Now the arm has gone in, done its stuff, and it's left. Now we're going to do the same with the East. All right, so select the East oval, and the first thing we're going to do is select the fade animation. Okay, so keeping with what we've been doing previously, this fade animation is going to come in after the arm. Okay, so freeform shape. And what we want to do is start after the previous. If you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. You, and then you, and then you, and then you, and then you. Okay, so this guy down here is fade. Just in case you get lost, fade. Then we're going to add a second animation, emphasis, grow shrink. We're going to go and edit the effect options. In the size, we're going to change 150% to 125%. To do that, we double click on the custom box. 1, 2, 5, and don't forget to press the enter key because it is a text box. And lastly, before you leave here, is click the auto reverse and it packs up after itself and okay. One final thing we need to do is the grow shrink, the grow shrink will start with previous. Okay, so the fade goes and the grow shrink go at exactly the same time. Okay, so we've got the north, we've got the arm, we've got the east, and now we're going to do the arm again. If you feel confident, you can select the first arm and apply Animation Painter. Well, I'm just going to do it one more time just to be safe. Okay, so I'm going to apply the the animation one more time. So I've selected the arm between east and south. The type of animation, the entrance animation we're going to apply is wipe. Okay, the direction, remember, is going to be clockwise. So the direction is going to be from east to south. So we're going to go up to the animation group, effect options, and from top. Perfect. Okay, quick look-see. North, arm, east, arm. And so I think I feel relatively confident with what I'm doing. I'm going to select the east. I'm going to select Animation Painter, and I'm going to select the south. Perfect. Then I'm going to select the arm between the east and the south. Make sure I've got yellow dot for east, yellow dot for south, Animation Painter, and the arm between the south and the west. Change my direction, remember clockwise. Effect options from the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to use my Animation Painter two more times. Animation Painter using south. Click on west. Then I'm going to select, as soon as it's done, I'm going to select the purple arm, which is south to west. Animation Painter, and the arm between west and north. Just do something silly in the middle, and we're good to go. So let's have a quick look-see. From the top, play from north, in, out, arm, east, arm wraps up, arm, south, arm, west, arm, and something silly in the middle.